Use a blanket, use a pillow. As you know, we can help ourselves with some height under the seat to help ease a bit tension in inner groins, in your hips. When this is difficult, please find your variation. Always can bring your soles of your feet together like this. More important, a nice long spine, giving space for your organs to breathe, for your chest to release, for your heart, giving space. Your shoulders can releasing. So there is this tradition, we sit cross-legged or people can sit in lotus, half lotus. When bodies are a tiny bit tighter, please find your variation. Long spine, resting your shoulders, bring your hands in front of your belly or on top of your knees. Whatever feels more comfortable for your shoulders, to give you a moment to collect your energy, all what is out there, bring it towards yourself, like collecting it all, this constant focusing out, bring it inward. Take a few couple conscious breaths to sense your body. We are so much living in mind, in thoughts, that we very often think we feel, but actually it's only thoughts. So let yourself resting this constant analyzing, judging, evaluating, finding names for what you're sensing, for what you're feeling, that we can box it in, label it. And if you can't find names for what you're sensing and feeling, it's all still existing. It is this effort, this need of naming it all. Only when we have a name, we know it exists. So let yourself fall into this place of not knowing a name, of not knowing how to box it in, how to frame it in all what you are sensing, in all what you are feeling, in all what you are. Full moon nights, bringing up loads of different emotions, sensations, brightening up our shadows, what we don't want to look at. And at the same time, softening this fiercefulness, softening in this energy of sun, of doing, making things possible, creating. It's more this receptive part we are living in right now, this moment, this full moon. We can call it yin, we can call it feminine, we can call it receptive. And it invites for reflecting. Reflecting on what is. How am I living my life right now? Even it's all limited, restricted, not the way I was projecting it out. Am I still taking care of myself? Am I still nourishing myself? Can I allow myself to slow down for a moment? Reflecting and finding this more gentle energy, this softer energy, this receiving energy. receiving yourself. While you gently start focusing on your breath, feeling this gentle in and exhaling happening by itself. No one needs to push you into breathing. Your body is breathing, your cells are breathing. Connect with this movement, gentle inside. And slowly start to deepen this breath, letting your belly rise, your chest filling up, feeling the backside, your kidneys behind your heart, the side of your ribs when you're following, you're inhaling, holding your breath for a moment in. And start exhaling with your nose, gently exhaling, sucking your belly in towards your spine and internally, gently up towards your heart, activating your Mula Bandha pelvis floor. Inhaling, belly rising for 2, 3, 4, 5, filling your body, holding your breath. Exhaling from your belly, you're sucking your belly in gently towards your spine, internally, lift it up towards your heart. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding. Exhaling, belly sucking in for 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhaling 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, harmonizing in and exhaling. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Exhaling 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your pranayama. Connecting with these beautiful, soft energies in your body. Like these waters flowing very gently. Your breath flowing very gently. Opening up to your gentleness, to your receptive part of your being. Entering your Ujjayi breath when this feels familiar to you, supporting you in your practice. Feel free while you're interlacing your fingers, opening your palms of your hands, rounding your spine, making yourself like a nice little stretch, inhaling your arms over your head, opening your fingers and gently play with your hands. As if you want to grab something from your top of your head, from your fingertips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, feeling the softness in your body. Inhaling, bring your hands back, opening your palms of your hands and stay there for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel this release in your shoulder blades, your seat rooting down. Your palms of your hands opening towards the sky, connecting with the center of your chest. Depth in your breath, gentleness in your heart. Turning to your left side, your right hand outside, left knee, left hand in line with your spine, gentle twisting, gaze over your shoulder. Belly breathing. Stay with your right hand where it is. Bring your left arm over your head. So you stay in this nice little twisting. Rise with your left arm. Breath. Exhale, bring your left hand on top of your right knee, arching your spine so your belly button rises towards your spine. You really want to rounding. Feel this space between your shoulder blades. Breathing from into the backside of your heart. Inhaling, releasing your arms, both hands on your knees, rolling back your shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blade and arch your spine. Inhaling back into your neutral, interlacing your fingers and swapping this interlace. While you're opening your palms of your hands, you're lifting your arms. And then you're releasing your fingers one more time and you're playing very gently with your fingers, with your wrists. Your shoulders, your neck. Some people more joined. Good morning, Anna, Pedro, Charlotte. Good morning, Marie, Anna, Patrick. Interlacing your fingers one more time, lifting your palms of your hands, releasing your shoulders, making sure your neck is nice and free, taking a few no. And maybe a yes, liberating your neck from your shoulder, soft in your face. Exhaling, turning your right side, left hand outside right knee, right hand in line with your spine, gentle twisting. Where is your belly breathing? Gently releasing your neck, soft in your face. Stay in your twisting while you're lifting your right arm over your head, finding this nice little twisted opening. Pressing your left hand into your right knee and your right knee towards the floor. Exhaling, right hand on your left knee, rounding your spine. You can walk your hands even more further away to feel this stretch between your shoulder blades. Inhaling, releasing your arms, rolling back your shoulders, arching your spine forward, gaze towards the ceiling. Inhaling back into your neutral, your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, find your palms of your hand, gentle touch, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes for a moment. Feeling this softness in your body, this gentleness in your heart. Maybe you want to set an intention for today's practice in this field of where you can put a tiny bit more gentleness, a bit more a receptive energy towards your life, towards somebody you feel you are harsh, rigid, or anyway, where can you bring this softness, this gentleness towards yourself? Setting this intention, and with this intention, we want to chant one together, taking a big, big, big inhaling. Reach forward from your arms, rolling over your knees. Find your tabletop, pushing all away what you're sitting on. Hands under your shoulders, knees, hip width apart. Take some really nice, gentle movements, rolling with your hips, opening your spine, release in your neck. Close your eyes and naturally let your body find its way to connect, to bring space in this area. You feel tightness, you feel maybe numbness. Taking a few really nice breaths. And start your cat-cow breathing. So you're opening your chest with your inhaling. Exhaling, your belly button pushes towards your spine while you're arching your spine. Inhaling, gaze between your arms, opening your chest. Exhaling. Inhaling, opening up, curl your toes under, lift your seat, find your first down dog, pedaling your feet, spreading your fingers wide. Your shoulders rolling back and down. Opening your hands a tiny bit more room, spreading these fingers, soft in your knees when you need. Bend your knees, flow in your child pose. So your arms staying long in front of you, palms of your hands facing up, forehead resting, shoulders releasing. Feeling the warmth in your hips, in your lower belly. Are you working with a lot of strength? Can you bring softness, gentleness, fluidness in your body, in your being? Plant your hands onto the floor, gaze between your arms, curl your toes, lift your seat in your downward facing dog, gently walking. Let your neck be very soft, your face be very soft. Step your feet together, your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Stay here for a moment and start playing with your toes, with your ankle. Taking some circles and bring this movement into your knee. And the softness in your hip. Lift your right leg, gaze between your hands, step your right foot between your hands in a long runner's lunge, pushing with your heel, rolling back your shoulders, opening your chest. Stay here for a moment. Can you create more space in your chest, in your shoulder, in your face, in your belly? Exhaling, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Step your feet together, your left leg rise towards the ceiling, staying square of your hips, playing with your toes. Say a good morning to your toes, to your sole of your foot. And start good morning in your ankle. And a bit of a gentle movement in your knee, exploring a tiny bit this joint. And then you feel your hip taking out this tightness, this rigidness, this doing, making, lifting your left leg, exhaling, swing your left leg between your hands in a long runner's lunge while you're pushing your right heel, opening your chest, bending your front knee a tiny bit more, rounding back your shoulders, smiling in your heart. Taking it very gentle, very soft in your practice today. These soft waters flowing in your body. With your inhaling, you're gazing forward, exhaling, stepping your left foot back in your downward facing dog. Bending your knees, flow into your Tadasana child pose. Palms of your hands facing up, releasing your knee, your shoulders, releasing your forehead, softening your hips. There is this gentleness. You are receiving yourself. We are so busy receiving everything from outside, other people's energies. Receive yourself. Plant your hands back onto the floor, gaze between your arms, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog, step your feet together and lift your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand, opening your right foot 45 degrees that you can bring your hip opening, your left arm hand pressing into the floor, lifting your right arm towards the ceiling. Exhaling, planting your right hand back onto the floor, gazing forward and pushing your left heel back a tiny bit more. Stay, breathe, and from here you swing your right leg back, find your hip length, exhaling, release your knees, stay with your toes curled under, pushing your elbows next to your body, chin, chest, meeting the floor, sneaking between your arms, find your sweet, nice little mini cobra, elbows glued to your body, spreading your finger, Ilse, spreading your fingers, breathe. Lifting your chest a tiny bit higher. Curl your toes, rooting down from your knees. Your elbow stays next to your body. Pushing your seat back, lengthening your spine, forehead meeting the floor. Breathe. Your hands rooting into the floor.
Inhaling, slide your hands under your shoulders, lift your seat in your downward facing dog, step your feet together, your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Exhaling, plant your left foot between, on the outside, on your left hand. Open your foot 45 degrees, right hand rooting down, left arm lifting. Feel this beautiful twisting in your spine. Release your shoulders. Bending your front knee a tiny bit more. Yeah, breathe. Beautiful. Breathe. Remember, your head is the extension of your spine, that you do not collapse in your neck. Inhaling. And with your exhaling, planting your hand under your shoulder, pushing your heel back, lowering down a tiny bit more, rounding back the shoulder, spreading your fingers. Stay with your weight where it is, and lightly you're stepping your left foot back, find your hip length, release your knees, stay with your toes. Pulling your hands towards your heart while you're bending your elbows, chin, chest, meeting the floor, stay with your toes. Inhaling, pushing your toes, pulling your hands towards your heart, spreading your fingers. Breath. Lifting your chest a tiny bit higher, elbows, Samira. Breathe, curling your toes, rooting down from your knees, pushing with your seat, lengthening your spine. Inhaling, hands sliding under your shoulders, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands. You want to bring your feet on the outside of your hands. So either you're walking forward, stepping forward, or you're hopping forward, opening your feet 45 degrees, coming halfway. Bring your elbows here in the inside of your thighs, lowering down, rolling back your shoulders, pressing your feet. Breath. You stay here, or maybe you can lowering down, bring your prayer in front of your chest. There's no reason to stress when you need to stay. Rolling back your shoulders, long spine. Breath. Dancing your breath. Most important is your breath. You're connecting to yourself. Release your hands in front of you, pressing your hands, lifting your seat, toe, heel, toe, your feet parallel under your hips, hugging your elbows in your ragdoll, and letting yourself sliding from one side to the other side. Imagine you are a plant deeply rooted in the sand of a deep, deep ocean, feeling these soft waters playing with you. Releasing your arms, tuck your tailbone in, press your feet into the floor, roll up your spine, shoulders rolling back and down in your Tadasana, palms of your hands facing forward. Close your eyes for a moment. Feeling this light you are in your being. These shadows in your being reflected right now from the full moon. Press arms over your head, right hand grabbing your left wrist, lengthening. Exhaling, releasing towards your right side, both feet pressing into the floor. Inhaling back in your neutral, opening your arms, gaze towards the ceiling, and your left hand gripping your right. Inhaling back into your neutral, opening your chest, hugging this universe. And you bring your hands in front of your belly. Bring your palms of your hands together, your right hand on top of your left. Gaze into your hands. And bring your right hand on top of your chest, your left hand on top of your belly. With your eyes closed, just one moment. I am here, fully present, breathing. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling, exhaling, folding forward, swan dive forward, step your right foot back, long runner's lunge, release your right knee, your right toes, inhaling your arms over your head. And from here, you press your left foot into the floor. You're lengthening your left leg, reaching forward from your heart while you're folding forward. Release your neck. Breath. And we want to do this 2 more times. You're bending your front knee, gazing between your arms. Inhaling in your crescent moon lunge, releasing your shoulders. You press your foot into the floor, pushing your left hip back, reaching forward from your heart, releasing forward. Breath. One more time, bending your front knee, your arms very gentle, floating towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling, reaching forward from your heart, pressing your foot, lengthening your leg. Breath. Inhaling, gazing forward, curl your back toes, stepping back in your high plank. Release your knees, stay with your toes, chin, chest meeting the floor, sneaking forward in your cobra, lifting your heart. And you bring your elbows under your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide in your Sphinx pose. Big toes touching, inner thighs rolling towards the ceiling, lifting your elbows. Squeeze your elbows together. So you want to avoid your elbows floating towards the side. Lifting your elbows, breathe, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, coming back down onto the floor, your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes, lift your seat in your downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Step your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling, stepping your right foot on the outside of your right hand, opening your foot 45 degrees. Your right arm reaches towards the ceiling, opening your chest. Breathe. And you can stay the way you are, or you want to opening up even a tiny bit more. You're bringing your back foot. How can you see? You bring your back foot on the side, opening your right hip and you're reaching over from your right arm, opening up even a tiny bit more. Exhaling, plant your hand back onto the floor, your foot back, twirling your toes, step your left foot outside your left hand, opening your hips, lowering down, palm of your hands facing each other, or you stay halfway, releasing your hands in front of you, pressing your seat, toe, heel, toe your feet, parallel, Uttanasana. Inhaling, lifting from your heart, come in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, close your eyes. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head, your left hand grabbing your right. Exhaling, reach with your right hand towards your left side. Inhaling back in your neutral, hugging this full moon, opening your chest. Right hand grabbing your left wrist first, you're lengthening, and both feet pressing into the floor. Inhaling back in your neutral, opening your chest and bringing this full moon in your hands. You'll bring your hands in front of you, right hand on top of your left. Gaze into your hands. Press right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, swan dive forward. Step your left foot back, long runner's lunge, rolling back your shoulders. Release your knee, your toes, crescent moon lunge. Sweep your arms over your head, releasing your shoulders, and stay with your hips forward. This is it, Charlie. Breathe, release your shoulders in a breath. And from here, what we've done before, so you're pressing your front foot, you're pushing your hip while you're reaching forward from your heart, and you're folding over your front knee. I know it's a bit of a balancing issue. Breath. 2 more times. Bending your front knee, gaze between your arms, sweep your arms over your head. And you're pressing your foot, pushing your hip, lengthening your front leg, exhaling, folding forward. 1 more time, bending your front knee, gaze between your heart, bring your arms, inhaling, Samira, releasing your shoulders. Exhaling, reaching forward from your, pushing your hip back. Wonderful, breathe. Inhaling, gazing forward, planting your hands, stepping back. Find your hip length, pushing your heels hard between your hands. Exhaling, releasing your knees, stay with your toes, pulling your hands close to your chest, chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling, sneaking forward. Bring your elbows under your shoulders, spreading your fingers, big toes touching, inner thighs rolling towards the ceiling. Pulling your hands towards your heart, lifting your elbows, elbows in your center, spreading your fingers. Exhaling, coming down on your elbows, planting your hands, curl your toes, lift your seat down, dog. Breathe, step your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, inhaling. Exhale, left foot outside of your left hand, opening up 45 degrees, left arm reaching high. Maybe you want to opening up a tiny bit more. You're opening your hip, come with your foot on the outer edge, and you're opening up. Breathe. Exhaling, planting your hand, bring your toes back, step your right outside your right hand. Please stay halfway or you're lowering down. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Breath, rounding back shoulders. Breath, rounding back your shoulders, lengthening your spine. Belly breathing. Breath. Exhaling, planting your hands in front of you, lifting your seat, heel, toe, your feet together. Inhaling, bring your heart up in your standing. Exhaling, your prayer in front of your chest. Close your eyes. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, stepping your right foot back, long runner's lunge, and then you wanna turn your right foot 45 degrees, sliding in between your legs. Bring your left foot 45 degrees, both toes turning inward, lifting your heart, lengthening both of your legs. Breathe, stay. Breathe, left hand in front of your face. Please use a block. Right arm reaches towards the ceiling. Breathe. Breathe. Okay. Breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring both hands back onto the floor. First, you want to lengthen your spine, and then you're changing side. Inhaling. I forgot which hand. Sorry. You change side. Breathe. Breath. One more big inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward your hands under your shoulders, walking your arms further away, like in an open-legged down dog. You're pushing your seat, walking your arms, spreading your fingers. Release your neck, pressing both feet into the floor, lengthening your spine. Inhaling, walking your hands back under your shoulders, and then you're walking your hands between your feet, planting your palms of your hands, and you want to bring your top of your head towards the floor. Breathe, please bend your knees when you need. Always you're available to bending your knees when you need. Inhaling, lifting yourself up, walking your hands back towards your front foot, towards your left right foot, long runner's lunge, gazing forward, exhaling, stepping back in your downward facing dog, inhaling, high plank, taking a vinyasa of your choice, knees, chin, chest, or you're lowering down in your Chaturanga Dandasana, lifting your heart, upward facing dog, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog, breath. Step your feet together, rise with your right leg towards the ceiling, exhaling, stepping your right foot between your hands in your aeroplane, reaching forward from your heart. Inhaling, high lunge, arms on your side, interlacing your fingers, bending your front knee. Breath. Reaching forward from your fingers, and from here you're opening your hands, flowing your third warrior. You want to windmill your arms back, bringing some weight on your front leg. Inhaling, bending your front knee, lifting your left knee, hugging your left knee towards your chest. Releasing your foot onto the floor, your arms on your sides. Sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, stepping your left foot back. Long runner's lunge, and then you're walking with your hands towards the inside, and this time you want to stay with your hips open, so your toes pointing towards the outside and giving yourself a moment, bringing your weight to one side, letting your arms sliding, bending your knee like this wonderful waves in these deep, deep oceans. Letting yourself help to softening in your hip, brace to softening in your spine, your arms sliding from one side towards the other side. Sliding your hands towards your left, and you're bending your left knee, lengthening your right. You can lifting your heel, like I can't leave my heel down. Lifting your right toes, gaze towards your right toes. Planting your hands back onto the floor, your foot back onto the floor, walking with your hands towards your right, bending your knee, lifting your left. Inhaling, bring your feet both onto the floor, both knees, toes pointing towards the outside, your heels in your center, coming halfway. Breathe, bring your elbows on your inner thighs, and you're walking your knees a tiny bit more towards your one side to the other side. Pressing your feet into the floor. Inhaling, straightening your spine, calming in your standing, lengthening your legs, your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, bending your knees, bring your elbows on your side in your goddess pose, closing your eyes. Breathe deeply into your belly, and we want to take 3 lion breaths. So you're inhaling, bringing all into your belly. With your exhaling, you're opening your eyes, your tongue comes out with a big, nice sound deep from inside. So you're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bending your knees a tiny bit more. Bring your hands on your hips, opening your chest, folding forward. Breathe. Bring your arms on your side, index finger and thumb one and me, Vishnu Mudra. And maybe you can lifting your heels. Exhaling, releasing yourself forward, and you want to walking with your feet forward, with your hands forward, long runners lunge, gazing forward, stepping back, downward, facing dog. Please stay in your down dog. Taking a vinyasa of your choice, inhaling high plank, exhaling chaturanga Tadasana, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe, step your feet together. Stay in your down dog for a couple of breaths. Softening, gentle heart, gentle muscles, gentle mind. Step your feet together. Lift your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling. Step your left foot between your hands. Aeroplane, reaching forward from your heart. High lunge, arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head, interlacing your fingers, bending your front knee, shoulders releasing. Breathe, Regina, release your shoulders. Hips facing front, lengthening your back leg, bending your front knee, smiling in your heart. Breathe. Can you work even more gentle? Breathe. Nicole, do not give up. Breathe. And from here, you're opening your hands, reaching forward from your heart. Windmill your arms back while you come on to your balance on your left in your third warrior. Breathe. Open your chest. Breathe. Open your chest. Inhaling, bending your knee. Bring your knee in front, lifting your knee. Plant your foot onto the floor, arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, releasing your neck. Stay here for a moment. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands. You can stepping, hopping, or walking back. So if you would like, take a vinyasa, or we meet all in downward facing dog. Rolling over your toes, coming your downward facing dog. Breathe. Stay. Roll back your shoulders, long neck, long spine. Breath. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, releasing down towards the floor. Big toes touching. First, you want to find connecting with the floor, forehead meeting the floor, arms reaching forward, softening in your belly. Softening in your chest. And we want to take back bending. So you want to come in your full pose. And you can bend your knees, grabbing with your hands in your bow. Is your hands, your ankle, flexing your feet, opening your chest, and you're lifting from here. When this is really difficult for you, please come onto your elbows in your Sphinx pose. And then from here, you can bending your knee, flexing your feet. And from here, you can working yourself into a variation, which is a bit more friendly for your lower back. Ilse, bring your knees together. Knees together. In a way, you want to let your big toes touching. This is it, that you do not pull on your hips here. Lifting your heart and lifting your thighs. One more inhaling. Exhaling, coming down, and you stay with, when you have your ankles, please stay with your ankles. When you are on your elbows, so you're releasing your toes, stay on your elbows. Pressing your belly button, your pubic bone into the floor. You want to take one more, so please find your variation. So you can stay on your elbows, and Nicole, bring your elbows a tiny bit closer. They are a bit far away, bring them really under your shoulders, spreading your fingers. And from here you can lifting your elbows, or you're bending your knees, flexing. This is it, look at this. Breathe, rolling back your shoulders, lifting your chest a tiny bit more, lifting your thighs, smiling in your heart, smiling deeply. Breathe, exhaling, release. And this time you can create a nice little cushion under your forehead. And you're letting your hips waving from one side to the other side. So. Bring your hands back under your shoulders, elbows glued to your body. Press yourself in your child pose. Bring your arms around forehead, meeting the floor, fingers meeting your toes. Soft in your spine. Reaching forward from your arms, hands under your shoulders, downward facing dog, lifting your seat, lengthening your spine. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, stepping, hopping, walking forward between your hands, inhaling halfway, folding forward, Uttanasana, one breath standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Step your feet together, Utkatasana, inhaling arms over your head. Exhale, folding forward, arms sliding along your legs, bending your knees. Utkatasana, breathe. Shoulders rolling back, tailbone between your heels, belly active. Exhaling gently like soft water. You're floating forward, your belly meets your thighs, your spine is nice and long. Uttanasana. One more, bending your knees, gaze between your arms making a nice big circle, pressing your feet, pressing your knees, shoulders. Exhaling, folding forward gently, softly, lifting your hips. Bend your knees, lifting your heels, coming down, your heels meeting your seat, your arms in front of yourself, index finger and thumb on the meat, balancing on your toes. Shoulders rolling back, breathe. So you can stay here When this is good enough for you, you could join a nice little arm balance. So you're letting your knees opening, your hands resting in front of you, making sure they are not too far away, they are not too close towards your toes. You bring your hands, you're spreading your fingers, opening your chest, lifting your seat, stay bending your knees on your upper arms. You need to gaze forward to come into your crow. Breathe, try, breathe. Breathe, gazing forward, breathe. People who have blocks, you can bring your blocks under your hands, or, sorry, just need to get one more block. When you have a block at home, you can bring your blocks as well under your feet. Like this, you bring a bit more weight on your hands while you're bringing your feet up. Like this, and then you can start lifting one, lifting another one. That's another variation. Breathe. So everyone, just let's try one more time. Maybe you wanna jumping back, taking one more vinyasa, or you're gently coming back down. Pauline, this is wonderful. Pressing your hands, spreading. And you want to lifting up one more. This is it. Look at this. And when you're breathing out, gather this energy in your belly and jumping back. Let yourself jumping back. Daring. I know it is a question of coordination. 2 more weeks and you will do it. Let's come down and sitting onto the floor. This is just a tiny bit playfulness for people practicing longer. Taking crow and pushing with your hands, your flesh to the side. Paschimottanasana, your arms. Lengthening your spine. Please remember you bending your knees when you need. You do want to avoid sitting here like this. So give yourself either a height under your seat or you're bending your knees. I like more bending knees because from here you can working yourself easier. Inhaling your arms over your head, reaching forward from your belly, from your heart, folding forward. Paschimottanasana. Breath, let your neck growing long. Breath, soft in your shoulders. Your belly meets your thighs. And when you have your knees bent, maybe there is a micromillimeter. You can letting your heels sliding forward without losing the touch of your belly. And you're taking a few more breaths. Inhaling, reaching forward from your heart. Exhaling, coming in your sitting, bend your right knee, open your right hip, Shanu Shirshasana. Bring your sole of your foot on your inner thighs, making sure you do not opening like this here. So you want to stay with your hips both facing front. Maybe your knees stays in the air. You always can support with a block to not compensate in your hip, hurting your sacroiliac joint. So you want to have your hips in front, arms over your head with your inhaling, folding forward. You can stay on your fingertips when this is needed. Breath. Inhaling, gazing forward, exhaling, come in your sitting, take your left knee with you, grabbing your left toes, lengthening your leg. Maybe that's a bit far away, you're grabbing your ankles, your calf muscles, or you're hugging your knee, rolling back your shoulders. This is it, breathe. Come on your sits bones, Ilse, lengthening your spine. This is it. Bend your knee under your armpit and you're planting your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch here and you're lifting your left hip. You always can lengthening your right leg and coming down sitting. Please do not sit here squeezed like this. You're hurting your lower back. Yeah, when you can't put your seat onto the floor, please lengthening your lower leg. Right arm hugging your left knee, left arm first. You want to lengthening your spine. Then you take a full twisting. Bring your hand in line with your spine. You can bring your elbow or you can find your bind. Any variation. Breath. Breath. One more big, big inhaling. Exhaling, coming back in your neutral, stay with your legs where they are and take a counter twisting. So you wanna, wherever you are, you're just taking a counter twist. Inhaling back in your neutral and wriggling your legs, hugging your knees towards your chest, balancing on your seat. You stay here or arms under your knees, opening your chest in your half boat, or you're lengthening your leg, finding your full boat with a big smile in your heart, with a big smile in your belly. Breath. Arms over your head, lowering down. Your legs lifting yourself up, a nice gentle visit in your Paschimottanasana. Breath. Inhaling back in your sitting, left knee bending, opening your hip, please. Make sure your hips facing front, arms. Exhaling, folding. Breathe. Hips facing front, shoulders releasing. Bring some height under your knee when you need. Breath. This is it, and now breath. Belly filling with air, chest filling with air, kidneys filling with air. Inhaling back in your sitting, bending your right knee, hugging your right knee, grabbing your toes, maybe can lengthening, or you're grabbing your calf muscles, or you're hugging your knee. What you want to making sure is you're straightening your spine wherever you are. Breath. Rounding back shoulders. Breath. Exhaling, bending your knee under your armpit that you create space in your hip to stepping over. Please remember lengthening if you need. You do not want to leave your right hip in the air. Left arm hugging your right knee, right arm. Inhaling. Exhaling, reaching around, find your twisting. Maybe you take your elbow with you. Maybe you want to work on your spine. This is it. Breathe. Yeah. Okay. One more deep, deep inhaling. And with your exhaling, counter twisting. Stay with your legs wherever they are, taking a counter twist to the other side. Inhaling back into your neutral and wriggling your legs, hugging your knees towards your chest. And again, you stay or hands under your knees, rolling back shoulders, lifting your knees, stay or in your full boat pose, opening your chest, reaching forward from your arms. Breath. Exhaling, one more sweet big inhaling, hugging this full moon, sitting in front of you, exhaling your knees towards your chest, making yourself nice and small. Maybe you are lucky and you are already in front of your mat, gazing over your shoulder, or you quickly need to shuffling forward, finding the first 3/4 of your mat that you can find some nice rock and rolls on your spine, softening in your spine, letting yourself, closing your eyes, and 3 more times. If you don't want to take rock and rolls, you know you always can come slow down onto your spine in a supine pose, taking your last one, hugging your knees towards your chest, releasing your shoulders, your neck. Bring your arms next to your body, lengthening your legs over your hips, pointing with your toes, exhaling, flexing your feet, inhaling, pointing your toes, exhaling, flexing your feet. Our time is running fast. So if you have time at home and you want to take a shoulder stand, please feel free taking a shoulder stand. I want to honor our timings. So you're bending your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine, squeeze your body, plant your feet onto the floor, and from here in your Shavasana, lengthening your legs, letting your legs separating, hands next to your body with your eyes closed. Maybe you want to adjust and taking your socks, a jumper, whatever you need, a blanket. Wetting your lips with your tongue and swallow. Softening in your eyes and letting them turning in. Heaviness of your head. Release your neck, your shoulders, soft in your fingers. Connecting with this softness in your chest, in your heart. Letting your ribs softening your belly. Your hips growing. Your spine, like your legs, like
heavy, soft in your thighs, easing tension in your knees, in your calf muscles, and in your soles of your feet. And this full moon energy inviting you to give yourself space with all what there is. This reflecting time, letting go of pushing you in any directions. Reflecting, embracing. And it's one of my favorite poems I've been reading since this pandemic started. So today it's again, if the mountain seems too big today, then climb a hill instead. If the morning brings you sadness, it's okay to stay in bed. If the day ahead weighs heavy and your plans feel like a cruise, there is no shame in rearranging. Don't make yourself feel worse. If a shower stings like needles and a bath feels like you're drawn, if you haven't washed your hair for days, don't throw away your crown. A day is not a lifetime. A rest is not defeat. Don't think of it as a failure. Just a quiet, kind retreat. It's okay to take a moment from an anxious, fractured mind. The world will not stop turning while you get realigned. The mountain will still be there. When you want to try again, you can climb it in your own time. Just love yourself till then. And slowly and gently reconnecting with your breath. Reconnect with your sensations and letting your breath become fuller and stronger to feel this inner movement traveling along your body, meeting your toes and your fingers. With your breath, you start playing with your toes, with your fingers, maybe already spontaneous movement wants to happening like a stretching or a touching, or there is a movement missing you're longing for. And if you feel ready, you can folding in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. Bring your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up. Find your comfortable sitting pose, can be any pose, kneeling, cross-legged, legs in front of you, lotus, half lotus. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest and feel this gentle touch of your hands. How your right hand meets your left and your left hand meets your right. Like infinite meets finite and finite meets infinite in your being. And to seal and finish this practice, let's take one more deep, deep sounding filling your belly. In. Thank you very much for joining me this morning for this yoga practice. Have a beautiful, very gentle day. Namaste.